Hello, it's Jim here at O'Reilly. So I have here Peugeot Boxer, and it's 66 plate, as you can see. So the interesting thing about this van here today for me is that it's been to me before. So if you look back on my previous videos, 2022 around May, we had this van in before. So it's coming up close to 2 years ago, and the van was on 96,000 miles at that time. We're now on 226, and it has again another block DPF. Now I have just been clearing some codes on the van. If we look at the DPF pressure, we have 27 millibars, and if we hold that up to 3000 RPM, thereabouts, we have 137. So it's in need of another DPF clean. So this is a unit here belonged to the customer. I'm not sure what brand it is, but he's been using that just to clear the code so he can drive to me without the van being in limp mode. But the fault code it's getting is a P2463 block DPF. So I thought for this video what would be interesting is where I've had a few people comment to me in the past saying, you know, your mobile DPF cleaning process, it doesn't work, and mobile DPF cleaning doesn't work. You've got to take the DPF off to clean it. Now I will admit, I do think in certain cases like ash buildup that removing the DPF to clean it would probably be a little bit more successful, yes, but there's a lot more labour involved and a lot more turnaround time. I've seen customers be a week or 2 weeks without their van because they need to have the DPF removed, sent away and done. Now I even had people comment on this video for this van saying that the DPF clean wasn't going to work and the customer will be back in a short space of time. It's been 2 years. He's done 130,000 miles since I've cleaned it, and now the DPF is blocked again. So I think that's a pretty fair amount of time to have a DPF clean last. So we can have a look at some of the live data there. It's idling at 750 RPM, which is good. DPF regen is not requested. Thermal aging of the particle filter is 0%. And since the last time we reset it there, it's got 56 grams of soot deposited in the filter itself. Let's go to number 2. See what other data we can find here, what's been happening. Average distance between regens was 220 kilometers. A little bit lower than you'd like to see it. So, I mean, it's done 220, so the DPF is going to be a little bit tired. What else have we got? Exhaust line information 3. I'm not sure if we've already looked on this one actually. Okay, so that's where we are. We're going to give it a clean and see if we can get another 100,000 miles out of it. Okay, so we've got the DPF cleaning fluid in there. It's got all of that pat fluid all over it where I've left it in the back of the van. Okay, so if I'm lying under the van here, this is the DPF, and over here we have the 2 pressure sensor pipes. So we'll get one of these disconnected. We'll use a pair of these pliers here. Got them the wrong way around. And we'll try and pull that off. Then we'll get this and connect it up. That's just a piece of fuel line that I use, so it gets a nice easy connection on these. Now I've got this connected to the compressor. Squeeze the trigger, get it pushed in. Okay, now all the fluid's in. I've disconnected the gun here. Get back inside, we're going to hold the revs back up, 3000 RPM. Now we'll just keep an eye on the chart here, see how the pressure is going to come down. We'd like to see that come down to about 50. If it doesn't, we know there might be some sort of wear on the DPF. It's coming down nicely so far though. .70 millibars there. I mean, I've seen these come down on a good DPF to down to sort of 40 millibars, between 40 to 50. But like I said, this vehicle's done 226,000 miles now. It's a lot of mileage. And this is the second time he's apparently needed a DPF. So the first time he was told that it needed a DPF replacement on this. And of course, if you're a viewer of my channel, you notice that I can do a reset to reset the fault and the counter to say it doesn't need a new DPF, because Peugeot put a timer on the mileage at 120,000 or just before. It will flag up saying that the DPF needs to be replaced, but obviously at that time we just reset it. Now it needs to be reset again, so we're going to reset the DPF again, and this would have been the second time he needed to replace the DPF, and he's going to get away with it again by the looks of it. So now to reset that DPF, I need to come back out. This is a little bit different on this tool than my Tab 3. But I did forget to charge up my Tab 3 today, so we'll have to use this for now. It's just a little bit slower. It does the same job, but it's just a little bit more difficult to work around. The Tab 3 is just a bit faster. So if we come back out of here, go to service function, DPF regen, special functions. So now we need to find Peugeot. Automatic search. And now we're going to register that the van has had a DPF again. So this should be the third DPF it's had. Start the engine and allow it to run for 1 minute. And of course, by third DPF I mean obviously the first DPF it was fitted with, then apparently it needed a replacement the last time I came to it, and now it would need a replacement again if it was at a Peugeot dealership, because according to the mileage I think it says 5,000 or 6,000 kilometers left and it needs a new DPF again. So now once that's done, we've registered a new DPF. The fault should sometimes clear on their own, if not you can clear it. Now we come back again, we'll have a look at the data stream. So we now have 4 millibars of idle, pressure at idle and 3,000 RPM. We have about 40 millibars. So I think also this video can answer a question I get asked a lot. How long does DPF cleaning last? It's lasted 120,000 miles here. The other question is, does on-car DPF cleaning actually work? Yes, you can see it does. And there was something else I wanted to add. Yeah, that's it. In regards to how long does a DPF clean work, it's like saying, taking your car to a car wash and say, how long does this car wash actually work? How long does will my car stay clean? If you're parking your car in a garage, a very long time. If you're parking it under trees, not very long. Same with your car. If you're driving it correctly, it'll last long. And if your car's engine is healthy, it'll last you a very long time. 200,000 miles maybe. But if you have an engine that's not very healthy, your DPF clean is not going to last very long. And also, if you've got other faults in the car, your DPF clean will not last you 48 hours or a couple hundred miles. So each DPF clean has lasted sort of roughly 120,000 miles for this van. So that's it, we're all done for another Peugeot Boxer, and I'll see you on our next video.